Crash Bandicoot, the Insane Trilogy. Insane Trilogy, however you want to say it. This episode is sponsored by... insert business name here. There was so much hype leading up to the release of this series, all three games rolled into one, and if you are waiting for a review to come out before purchasing this game, well, here you go. 2 words. It's great. No, it's not just great, it's better than great. It's fantastic, and it brings back such good memories. It's as good as I can remember, and I'm a Crash player from way back. In fact, I still have all 3 copies of the original 3 Crash games that I played as a kid. I played Crash when he was the new kid on the block. So I think I'm one person who is qualified to speak on the subject of how good this remake is. Not only was I one of the few people who watched all the announcements as they were made, followed all the news feeds, pre-ordered the game on the first day it was available, and I remember many rainy afternoons spent trying to get to the end of Road to Nowhere in Crash 1. Not that I'm bitter or anything. I am no new entrant to the world of Crash Bandicoot. I love the original games, and I am not afraid to be critical of this remake. I picked up the game on release day. I finally got stuck into it around 8 PM that evening. I started with Crash 1, as you would have to, because you start at the start, don't you? It's kind of where you need to start. I have to say, it did take me about 20 minutes to get my head around the slight tweaks to the control. Yes, the button layout is the same, but there are some slight lag inputs, I guess you'd call them, some slight timing changes that do affect the gameplay. Once you get your brain to compensate for these dramas though, it's nothing to worry about, but it will be noticeable when you first start playing the game. I managed to get to the end of Crash 1 around 1 AM. I didn't get 100% in the whole game, but it wasn't my main mission. My main mission was to get to the end, was to beat all 5 bosses and in turn play each of the levels. Crash 2, or Crash Bandicoot 2 Cortex Strikes Back was next, and I started playing that around lunchtime Saturday. I completed all 5 bosses and finished the last level about 9:30 PM. Now, again, I didn't get a whole 100% on it, but I do plan to go back and get every single crystal, gem, and whatnot. There's definitely a lot more in Crash 2 than there was in Crash 1. The difficulty is a lot more of a gradual incline. It's a lot more linear. Unlike Crash 1, where the final island, you can go from Road to Nowhere, which I mentioned before, and I lost a good 45 lives on that, to that dark level, which I can't remember the name of at the moment, but I just flew through it. I'm yet to crank out Crash 3, but when I do, it's going to be a whole lot of fun. So I'm looking forward to getting into Crash 3, although Crash 2, I've got to say, is my all-time favourite when it comes to all 3 games. I was never really a massive fan of how they took Crash from romping through the woods into riding motorbikes and flying biplanes. But having said that, it's part of the Sane Trilogy, and it's made by Naughty Dog. It still works, it's a whole lot of fun. Unlike Crash Boom Bang. Yikes, now there's a terrible game. Anyway, that's about it from me. It's a great trilogy. I highly recommend it. Get amongst on it. Right up there with the remaster of The Last of Us. The graphics are fantastic, top-notch. They look great, especially if you're used to looking at that polygon-filled world from the original Crash trilogy. I'm going to leave you now with one of my all-time favourite levels, though, from Crash 1, funnily enough. Fantastic music. It is hog wild. Go and buy the game right now. Till next time, hooroo!